pregame.com.
Welcome back to pregame.tv. It's Kentucky Derby week, the Run for the Roses. You know me, I love horses. I love the Triple Crown. I also love the fact 3 times a year I get to do videos with Dave Tooley. Dave, you're everywhere. Viewfromvegas.com. You can follow him on Twitter. Just put the @ sign in front of viewfromvegas.com. And you also are a writer for the Daily Racing Form. So who better to have in here with me for the Kentucky Derby? Dave, good having you here.
Great. Always a pleasure. Hopefully we can lead people to some winners.
That's what we're here to do. And I got to tell you, Dave, is we're going to break down the videos, and we'll do it as we do every year. We're going to single in on horses we feel that are contenders in the race. We'll break down each horse individually, the ones we think have a shot. But I got to tell you, I think it's a wide open Derby this year. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I feel that way every year. I mean, you can talk about the favorites. I mean, obviously, most people that know me know I'm a long shot better. So I'm looking for horses that I can make an excuse for. And especially Derby-wise, these are developing 3-year-olds. They still haven't totally matured. And sometimes the one just pops up on race day, and it's their day. And some of those improvements you really can't see even in the past performances. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you have young horses, I think the biggest stepping stone can be that from 4 to 7 races, in their career, you can get that just out of the blue where they drop. Once they start to get 10 or 11 races under their belt, I think the horses, they are who they are, and we know what they are. But let's get things started. We're going to talk about where else better to start with the morning line favorite. Post 16 Orb, were you surprised they made this horse the favorite?
No, not at all. In the future books here in Vegas over the winter, and the last few months, Verrazano was favored, but the last few weeks, Orb was taken over as the favorite in the futures as well. So it doesn't surprise me that Mike Battaglia might have had an eye towards the future books here to gauge the betting interest.
Well, I think he is the now horse. I know we'll talk about Verrazano in the next video, but being the undefeated horse. But if you look at this, Orb, he's coming into this race, you can't ask for anything more. He's had 3 starts, which I think is the perfect number of prep races coming into the Derby. Situation, he's undefeated as a 3-year-old, 3 for 3, and that kind of coincides with the addition of Lasix has turned his horse around. The last 2 races, Fountain of Youth and the Florida Derby, this horse just exploded in deep stretch, went right by, the horses that he was collaring in the stretch and, extended out. I always love to see the horses, pulling away, in deep stretch. What are your thoughts on Orb?
I think he's very legitimate. There's nothing really not to like about him. I mean, and they were happy to get the number 16 post. So, I mean, he should be able to, sit off the pace, sit out wide, not have too much traffic problems, should set up for his late kick. The main problem I have with him is his price. Yeah. It's, again, in a 20-horse field, I mean, unless a horse is clearly the best of its generation, I mean, obviously this one isn't even money or 2 to 1. I mean, we're talking 7 to 2. It might even be in the 4 to 1 range by race day. But even so, there's so much that can go wrong, or again, just another horse peaking at the right time to knock him off. So, I mean, I'm not going to touch him at that price, but I'm not stubborn enough that I'm going to keep him out of my exotics, because I think he is very legitimate, and I mean, he should be there at the top of the stretch.
Yeah, I agree with you. Wrapping this video up, and I'm a guy, I like to look at how the horses are coming into the race, and this week, this horse, Churchill Downs, everybody has been raving about what they're seeing on the track with him. Had a great workout on Monday. So he's going into the race as good as you can go into the race. I think he is the morning line favorite. I think he deserves it. We'll see what kind of odds we get on him on Saturday. Orb, definitely a horse to use on your exactas and trifectas for sure. We'll see if he can win the race. We're going to talk about the undefeated horse in the race. He's up next. Verrazano, we'll preview him next. He's Dave Tooley. I'm Marco D'Angelo. We'll be right back here on pregame.tv.